This is a soft, aromatic bread with swirls of rich cocoa and crunchy walnuts, a classic Romanian sweet bread called Cozonac. So let's dig in and make this bread together. For this recipe, we are going to use 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of milk, which I'm going to warm up, half a cup of butter, which I'm going to melt, 25 grams of fresh yeast. If you don't have fresh yeast, you can use 3 teaspoons of active dry yeast, quarter cup of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of lemon rind, a pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 3 eggs, which are going to be separated. The yolks go into the dough and the whites are going to go into the filling. For the filling for this cozonac, we are going to use a half a cup of raisin, which I soaked in hot water, and I'm going to drain it, and half a cup of candied orange peel and some other fruit peel, whatever you like, 1/3 cup coarsely ground walnuts, quarter cup of sugar, some rum flavoring I'm going to add to the raisin, and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I warmed up the milk and I'm going to pour over the yeast, and I'm going to stir a little bit of sugar, and I'm going to stir it together. Add just a little pinch of flour, set it aside until it's foamy. While waiting for the yeast, I drain the raisins and I'm going to add the rum flavoring and just let them mingle together for a while. To make the dough, first we are going to separate the 3 eggs and place the yolks into the mixing bowl. The yolks go into the dough and the whites we are going to use to make the filling. Start by mixing the egg yolks with the sugar together until it becomes creamy. Also going to add the lemon rind and let the mixer blend everything together, and this will help to draw out the natural oils from the lemon peel. The yeast has formed and I'm going to add it to the mixing bowl. Also in goes the vanilla, and also we are going to add the warm milk. Let the mixer mix it together for a few seconds, and then we are going to start adding the flour. Make sure the machine is on the lowest setting when you add the flour so you don't end up with a cloud of flour everywhere. And I'm going to let this mix for a minute or so. I'm going to stop the machine and I'm going to switch the creamer to my dough hook. So I switched from the paddle to the hook, and now I'm going to add the rest of the flour, and I'm going to also incorporate the melted butter. I'm going to reduce the speed, go on low, and I'm going to let it do its thing until it's all coming together. This will take about 5 minutes, so I'm going to add now the salt. The dough is coming together nicely. It's pulling off the side of the bowl. So now I know that it is done. Okay, I'm going to stop the machine and I'm going to I have here another bowl that I grease lightly, and I'm going to transfer the dough from this mixing bowl into this bowl. I'm going to cover it with plastic and let it rise. So I transfer my dough and I'm going to cover it, set it aside in a warm place, which is my top of my stove and free of draft. And I'm going to leave it until it's doubles in size for about an hour or so. To make the filling, I'm whipping up the egg white. First, without the sugar. Now I'm going to add the sugar. And now I'm going to add cocoa powder. And the walnuts. The raisins. And the candied pear. Stir to mix together and then we'll set it aside. Dough has more than doubled in its size. I'm going to take it out on a flour board and I'm going to divide it in two. We'll take half at a time and then we are going to roll it out into an 11-inch by 14-inch rectangular shape. Then we are going to take half of the prepared filling and spread it over the entire surface of our dough, leaving about half an inch at the top end. Then, starting with the lower end, we are going to roll it up as a jelly roll. Once it's rolled up, we are going to set it aside and do the same thing with our second half. I apologize. For some reason, my camera stopped working and I didn't finish recording the entire process. But here we are, the second half of our dough, rolling it out to a size of 11 by 14-inch rectangular, and then spread the remaining filling on the dough, leaving about a half an inch to an inch at the upper end. Then we are going to roll it up as a jelly roll, making sure you seal the ends, pinch them together so to prevent unraveling. So here it is. We have both rolls. Now we are going to place them across, so to form an X, and then just twist it around each other. Then gently tuck the ends under. And then we are going to place our dough into the prepared loaf pan, which I lined with parchment paper, and set it aside, covered, to rise for about 45 minutes. The dough has rested and you can see how fluffy it is. And now we are going to brush it with an egg wash, which we make by whisking together an egg with a splash of milk. Using a silicone brush, we are going to brush the egg wash on top of our bread and bake it in preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 to 50 minutes or until bread is browned. And the cozonac is done and it looks delicious. I hope you liked today's recipe, and if you did, please remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Please remember to let the bread cool before slicing into it. You are going to love how soft and flavorful this bread is. Give it a try and feel free to leave me a comment. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.